Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Good Lord, it's been a week. It's been a week. Literally. I started recording this, I believe, last Wednesday, and here I am again on Wednesday. I believe today is the 12th. Might be the 12th. I don't know. Can't remember off the top of my head right now, but we are too focused on getting this bad boy ready for you. Since our time, I'd had another request for this mini, or at least an agreed party. Absolutely wanted me to do this, so I was like, hey, good thing I'm already halfway there. Yep. Life had happened last week. Kind of derailed us for doing anything right now. Or, not right now, but for last week. Whatever. Moving on. How's everybody doing? We're doing all right. Just kind of adding some blue into these vents. I don't think I'm going to jazz it up any more than that. As in doing some highlights and whatnot. I don't think I'm going to do that. And that did nothing. Great. We're off to a great start here, guys. I am excited to get back to this one for you because it's just been sitting on my shelf and laughing at me. It's been taunting me. So, what do you say we taunt it right back? And what was it going to get? Right. We're going to get the mummy robes out. Technically, we shouldn't be getting this out yet. I usually try to save mummy robe. Mentally, I try to save mummy robe for like some edge highlighting and whatnot, but we've got eagle wings to paint. We've got the leaflet on his head to paint. And I like to do the off-white of the mummy robes because we can go back in with the matte white and actually get some highlights on it. I still don't know what to do with the shield on his shin and on the shoulder. Like what color to do that? I'm thinking I might just throw something else in there, like my evil chrome, because I have not tried that yet, and it's supposed to be a reddish chrome. I don't believe I've tried it yet. I probably did. I think I did on one, but it was such a minute detail that you couldn't really see what it was going to do with it. And go figure, here would be another minute detail. Speaking of minute details, I just saw, and this is in my humble opinion, I just saw one of the dumbest reels or shorts, YouTube shorts I think I'd ever seen, at least concerning actual subject matter and something like this. And they were talking about how detail creep. And I was very confused at first. I was like, what the fuck is that? I was like, are you just saying somebody's being creepy with detail? Either way, it turned out to be even dumber than I thought it would be. And it was the fact that old GW models, used to not have as much detail. And today they look like a hot mess. And I thought they were going to go a practical route with this argument. As in, man, look at all this goddamn detail. And if you were to relax this model from its pose, it wouldn't fit. That's what I thought they were going to do. No. They wanted to go on and bitch about painting skill and how many hours they have, how much time you really have to dedicating to it. I'm sorry, but I feel like that's kind of your fucking problem, not anyone else's. And are you really going to sit there and try to make a fake argument about... Because at this point, it's got to be a troll. it's got to be something purely for the engagement. And I refused to comment on it. I was like, I'm not, nope. Hell, I even went as far as deleting it from my history just to delete the view, if that did even count. I was just so, like, over it. And everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but I was like, are we seriously going to sit here and go, hey, these models are too detailed. I don't have time to paint it, and I'm not that skilled of a painter. Dude, that's your fucking problem, all right? It really is. And that's not coming from someone who's a professional painter and blah, blah, blah. Like, no, I absolutely love the fact that they're more detailed. Yes, they become a big fucking challenge. You know, they are more time consuming. But I even saw one of the comments, hey, you do realize that you don't have to paint every little detail. You can paint it however the fuck you want it. Some of the very small details you could leave blended in with one of your other colors. Like, it's not that big a deal. You can do that. And you know what? They're fucking right. And I've done it. There have been details that I just glossed over because I was like, whatever. So the whole... I understand their argument. However, in my personal opinion, I feel like that was one of the most weak-ass comments or opinions I think I'd ever seen. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. That's fine. I don't really give a shit. But I don't think I could necessarily be wrong on an opinion. You know, because it's just my opinion. It's not like I'm trying to spit facts or anything. I'm just giving you an opinion on it. And I really don't think that opinion had much validity to it. That threw me way off this morning because I woke up with a song from oh fuck, what were they? 22 Jump Street. I Like Us Better When We're Wasted. I don't think that's the name of the song. But immediately I felt like painting Emperor's Children. So then the next thing I saw right before I got in the shower was that. And I had to stop. And I had to go, what the fuck did I just read? And yeah, it was something that I definitely was not ever going to watch on my own accord. So thanks, YouTube, for quote-unquote recommending that. You know, when you pull up the app and it brings you right to the shorts page and just vomits whatever fucking bullshit they want you to watch, I can't stand that part. I'm like, okay, at no point in my algorithm did I ever ask for anything like this. I just don't understand the argument, really. I mean, I do understand the argument. I guess I was lying. I do understand the argument. Like I had already said before, just that was a weak-ass argument. And I do remember some people, there was one person he commented, or she, I don't know, they commented on there saying, yeah, I often, unfortunately, end up comparing my work to other professional painters on YouTube or Instagram. And I'm like, yeah, sure. I get that. Or like the box art. Yeah, I compare my stuff too. But, you know, I'm also trying to reach that level. And I'm not just trying to reach that level. I'm trying to do it in my own style. There's a lot of shit out there that you could try to do. And I don't want to copy them necessarily here. And we're not even really technically talking about a full-on copy. It's, I don't know, I want my own flavor. I want my own style for it. So, I'm going to go to Barbarian Flesh for these. So, yeah, that just threw me for a loop. It threw me for a loop. If any of you out there are comparing your work, if you're... One, I would usually say don't compare yourself to others, but if you're comparing your work in a constructive manner, by all means, there is nothing wrong with that, because I do it practically on a daily fucking basis. Any model I'm looking at, I'm not just admiring your work, I'm comparing it. You're goddamn right I am. And it's not in a negative way. It's not like, oh, I could fucking do that better. Oh, look at this shit. No, it's usually looking at it like, hey, this looks great. What did you do? If I see the technique, like if they actually, bothered to show it, cool. Gives me tips, gives me pointers, gives me ideas. Sometimes people just have a good color scheme, and I'm like, I need to try that on something. Or there have been times where I've seen something and I was like, I want to do that, but better. And that's not to say anything against them. It's just, I'm like, ooh, I feel like I could do that, and I want to do a badass job on it. I want to do my own. I was about to say, I don't want to think of things in terms of like better and worse, but then again, why do we have paint competitions? Why even bother if you're not going to think of things in a better or worse scenario? And that's not to say that everything that you're thinking of needs to be thought of that way, or everything that you're comparing needs to be thought of in that kind of aspect. It's not true. That could be a very poisonous route to trick your mind into going. You don't need to do things like that. If it's not constructive, I mean, what the hell? All right, so we got that one. There's that one. I knew there was another, and there should be two more. All right, not purity seals, but at least parchment that we need to paint. And why are we doing the barbarian flesh? Honestly, because I didn't feel like having the mummy white, the mummy robes, because I already used that for the eagle wings. And if any of you have been paying attention, like you should, I'm very particular about my color choices here. And very rarely do I just choose a color because, that looks good. It's usually a fucking, there's usually more thought to it behind that than that. For this purity seals, and for the banners that goes across his shin right there, and the one that's on his shoulder over here. I like to go with the white, just so it's crisp and clean and pops out, and it looks pretty cool. But whenever I do the flesh tones on parchment, in my headcanon, usually, it means that they've used someone's flesh. So I usually used it for chaos models, and I used it for like their leather and other stuff because they don't really have purity seals anyway. Just so it would not show up brown or black. I didn't want it to look like leather. I wanted it to look like human leather. And whether or not I pulled that off is, I don't know. I could say that I pulled it off all day, but if no one else agrees, then I guess I didn't really pull it off. Because I would say, in that case, I feel like the majority would probably know, since there are more of their eyes and their opinions than mine. I should have eaten something. I really should have eaten something. All right. Yeah, my stomach is, it's hurting. Oh, see? I'm so used to getting it's my main instinct to go for that mummy robe. Man, I've been waiting on this goddamn day all week. Been thinking about it. Anytime I was up here after work, dancing with the kids to Danny Go or even to Steve and Maggie, it's just sitting on the shelf over there. We're dancing, bouncing, having a good time, and I just look over and I'm like, you son of a bitch. Just sitting there taunting me. Like, you paint me. Bet you can't do this. We are here to lay the smackdown on this motherfucker. Not really the smackdown, because it's only glued together and I don't want to ruin it. Ooh. Oh, my stomach. Just gurgled in a painful way. I need the foods. I need the foods and I forgot the foods. Alright. That one is doing okay. Spread this out a little bit. Yeah, give us a... Yeah. There you go. Sorry, don't mind me, folks. It's... The texturizing of the paint was actually working in my benefit right there. I liked it. Alright, that should be it for that for now. Now I could use this... Why not? We're gonna let the ADHD play, and we're gonna jump to some random edge highlighting, because consistency is for you normal people. I'm gonna jump here because I have the paint out, and that is the thought process I'm used to. I try to keep it in mind of what paints I want to break out, at what time, at what point, because I don't want to waste paint because we're not using a wet palette. I know. For anyone bitching about the wet palette, dude, get over it. Just get over it right now. As I can tell you, that wet palette ain't gonna come up for a little bit. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do, pig. That'll do. How about, you guys want to jump again? How about we jump out to some Void Shield Blue? Ooh. Yeah, some Void Shield Blue. This one is pretty bright. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen this shit before. But the Void Shield Blue, we're going to get out one of our newer paintbrushes with a fine tip. There it is. Hell yeah. And we're still using our Cocoland paintbrushes. You know, they're like $7.99 on Amazon. About regular price. And you know that ain't shit. And then they can even drop down to $5. And that's one of the main reasons I love them. Oh, I almost hate that when one eye comes out just a little thicker than the other. It's like, oh, you son of a bitch. There you go. I don't know if you can really see it right here, but there you go. All right. We're done twisting for now. Just a sliver of it. Just a sliver of that blue. I'll do loads for it. All right. I also really like to do that because to me, it feels like just the hint of that librarious power. Sorry, psychic power. Don't mind me. Just a bit of a moment. All right. Let's see what we were gonna do. We got that Void Shield Blue out, so we might as well. All right. Let's get some of that out there. Yeah. Shit. It never does that well over there on the top. All right, we need some more. Just a little bit more. All right. Now, if you guys can't figure it out, I'd be like, what the hell? We're basically edge highlighting the coils on the top and the sides of the plasma. Give it a slight glow effect, just a slight. You could say he just hasn't quite pulled the trigger yet. He hasn't quite charged it up to pull that trigger. But we need to remember to do it over here. And just a little right there. Yeah. And the blue dancing across the model is going to help us very much. It's going to look great. It's going to be awesome. So. Alright, that ground is also kind of looking whatever. Honestly, I think the one thing is going to help it just fine. But where'd the mummy robe go? Yeah, get some mummy robe out, right? And not exactly a dry brushing or an edge highlighting. I guess it would be. That's right. Just get some out, because I do like to use the mummy robe on it. Try to bring out some of the edges. If you could brighten those up, as soon as you slap your oil on there, your shade oil, it'll darken it up in the right ways. And the highlights, technically, should still be there when you're done. They'll be muted, but it'll be there. You know what I mean? Know what I mean, Vern? All right. What are we at? 22 minutes. Jesus. I'm sorry. We got a little too focused. Well, first episode back. We did some detailing work. And I guess on the next round, I don't know how long this one's going to be. But we're a little further along than we think. All right. So, on the next round, I will see you guys. Please stay happy and healthy. May the Void Father guide your brush. Just trying to figure out what we're going to do. We got the Mephiston red out here. We got some more dry brushing that we're going to do. All right. Peace, guys.